Excellencies, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before I start my speech that I have prepared before, I wanted to express how deeply I was moved by the testimony we heard before. I think it was a reminder to all of us what an obligation we face, what a responsibility we face. And I can only imagine what it takes to come up here and give this kind of testimony. So thank you very much for this. Thank you. I'm very grateful to be here today on behalf of the German federal government with this very important commemoration event. Today, we are remembering what was done to you, to the Yezidi people, to your mothers, sisters, fathers, brothers, children. Today serves as a reminder to keep asking ourselves time and again, what could we have done to prevent this, and what can we do to prevent future genocides? As you know, Germany attaches a particular importance to the situation of the Yezidi community. In January of this year, the German Bundestag, the German parliament, acknowledged the crimes perpetrated against the Yezidi community as genocide. And I can say that this decision was not only taken by politicians, but it was really a decision taken by the whole German society. Germany as a society, as a country, recognizes the genocide suffered by you. This recognition, this conviction is also reflected in our foreign policy. And our foreign minister, Annalena Baerbock, is personally very much involved in this matter. As you know, she visited Iraq in March of this year and met with Yazidi survivors in IDP camps. She met women, children, men still traumatized by the horrors they experienced. And she also traveled to Sinjar and visited the village of Consul, where she learned about the most unspeakable crimes which were committed on that soil only a few years ago. Providing support to the Yazidi community has already been at her heart before that visit, but not least because of the impressions she gained during her visit, her determination and the determination of the German government to make the Yazidi voices heard and stand up for their rights has even increased. We've heard it before, to date the Yazidi community has not recovered, unfortunately. Many members continue their lives as IDPs in camps or in communities far away from their home. We've heard it before, more than 2,700 Yazidi women and children still remain missing. And you know, a large number of Yazidis against this background have left Iraq altogether in search for new homes. And this is why in Germany today we have the largest Yazidi community outside Iraq, the largest Yazidi diaspora, and they are an integral part of our country, of our society. But what we have to strive for, what we have to work for, is to give them a perspective to be able to return to their home country, to their home villages in Sinjar. This is a joint responsibility we face. We have to work together to reach this light at the end of the tunnel that we saw before in the logo. And we have a joint responsibility to work towards a sustainable future for the Yazidi, as the title of the conference so rightly mentions. And we have a joint responsibility to ensure that we do not just recognize this genocide, that we do not only create a perspective for the Yazidi community to return to their homeland, but also to bring about justice for the victims. This has been mentioned before, and you know that Germany has been on the forefront when it comes to prosecuting the perpetrators. German tribunals were the first to hand down severe convictions. Their verdicts are a milestone in the global fight against impunity, because the perpetrators were not only charged with terrorism, but explicitly with genocide, crimes against humanity, and because the individual crimes suffered by the victims were heard and the perpetrators were harshly sentenced. To my mind, building on this is also important. We have to continue to push for the prosecution of these crimes internationally to make clear that the focus is not only on the perpetrators, but above all on bringing about justice for the victims. We cannot undo this genocide, but we can ensure that the victims attain justice so the genocide is not passed on through the generations. Thank you very much again for having me at this important commemoration. Thank you very much for your attention.